Admit it. At least once in your life, you've stood frozen in front of a gas station lottery counter, staring up at the digital sign flashing that the Mega Millions or Powerball jackpot has crossed the $500 million mark, and you started daydreaming wildly. In your head right then, you ran a Hollywood-grade blockbuster movie scene. You'd proudly march into the office, slam your resignation letter right into your micromanaging boss's face, and drop a smooth line. "I'm off to buy an island. Later, losers." You'd start planning down to the centimeter. A beachfront mansion in Malibu to listen to the crashing waves, a fleet of supercars in matching colors for every day of the week, and of course, to prove you've got a heart of gold, you'd publicly pledge to donate a tiny fraction to charity. Sounds totally thrilling, right? Except for one microscopic detail. The statistical probability of you actually walking away with that massive jackpot is lower than getting struck by lightning 3 times in your life, while being attacked by a great white shark and holding a second winning lottery ticket in your hand at the exact same time. Today, we are going to brutally, yet hilariously, dissect the truth. Why that little piece of paper stuffed in your wallet isn't actually a ticket to a new life, but rather a professionally copyrighted ticket to disappointment. Let's kick things off with mathematics. That subject you used to pray to the heavens just to pass in high school, which is now coming back with a vengeance to laugh right in your face. With mega lotteries in the US like Powerball or Mega Millions, the odds of you winning the grand jackpot with a single, randomly picked ticket are roughly 1 in 300 million. Now, a number like 1 in 300 million might sound harmless, like, hey, the world is huge, who knows, maybe I'm Lady Luck's favorite child? But let's help the human brain, which is notoriously terrible at visualizing massive numbers. Get some real perspective here. The total population of the United States right now is roughly 340 million people. What does that mean? If every single human being in America, from 90-year-old grandpas to newborn babies just delivered in the hospital, bought one single lottery ticket, the most likely outcome is still nobody winning at all. Or, on the off chance, some newborn infant up in Alaska randomly hits the jackpot, though they can't even read yet, so their parents will probably just let them chew on the winning ticket to help with teething instead of buying baby formula. You are statistically way more likely to be struck dead by lightning over the course of your lifetime than you are to walk up to the prize booth and collect a check from the organizers. To put it in modern slang, buying a lottery ticket hoping it'll change your life is equivalent to waiting for a meteorite shower to strike your exact Tommy Hilfiger shirt, but making it even more tragic. That meteorite is made entirely of solid gold. It sounds gorgeous, it sounds romantic, but the probability of it actually happening is 0%. So the million-dollar question is, if we all know the odds are lower than finding a needle in a galactic haystack, why do people still form massive, snaking lines outside CVS, 7-Eleven, or local gas stations every single time the jackpot climbs into the stratosphere? Why do totally normal people, who carefully track DoorDash discount codes just to save $2 on dinner, suddenly throw down hundreds of dollars into automated lottery ticket printers like it's free candy? The answer lies in a nasty little prank played by our own brains, which psychologists call the illusion of control. When you physically pick up a pen, carefully shade in little boxes on a slip, or pick your dog's birthday, your anniversary, or your favorite quarterback's jersey number, your brain starts tricking you into believing, hey, I am actively participating in this game. I am controlling the probabilities here. You genuinely convince yourself that these personally meaningful numbers are somehow smarter and more divine than a bunch of random digits spit out by a computer's quick pick feature. The harsh reality check? That giant plastic drum tumbling with ping pong balls doesn't have a single clue who you are, how meaningful your dog's birthday is, or how deeply you love your spouse. They are just numbered plastic spheres bouncing around in a breeze. They have zero emotional attachment to you, you sweet, innocent little dreamers. Because of this exact psychological trap, economists all over the world love to give the lottery a wonderfully bitter nickname: the stupid tax. It sounds a bit harsh to the ego, but when you really think about it, it's brutally accurate. The lottery system is brilliantly engineered by financial masterminds with one single goal in mind: the house, or rather, the state government and corporate operators, never loses. Roughly half of all ticket sales, about 50%, go back into the prize pool for the public. Where does the other half go? It gets sliced right off the top to fund public education budgets, highway infrastructure, and a giant chunk flows straight into the operating margins of the private management corporations. And what do you get in return for your hard-earned sweat and tears? A solid 3 seconds of pure adrenaline rush while you're scanning numbers on your phone late at night, only for your expression to shift from hopeful excitement to total blankness, before finally muttering the sacred phrase, Damn it. I lost again. Let's run some basic math for a moment. Suppose you cut back slightly on your fancy coffee habit and spend just $10 a week on lottery tickets. Sounds tiny, right? But if you multiply that across 30 years of working a 9-to-5 grind, you've quietly flushed roughly $15,000 down the drain. If instead of feeding that lottery hope, you toss that exact same money into an S&P 500 index fund with steady compound interest over time, by the time you reach retirement age, you'd be sitting on a hefty cushion of hundreds of thousands of dollars to happily travel the world, instead of staring regretfully at a pile of recycled paper trash. Now, don't get me wrong. Breaking all of this down doesn't mean we need to completely ban the lottery or turn ourselves into boring, clinical killjoys. Life can often feel overwhelmingly stressful and monotonous. Rent bills breathing down your neck, an annoying boss sighing over your shoulder, and gridlock traffic on the highway for hours. Shelling out $2 or $5 to buy yourself a millionaire fantasy for a few days isn't the worst crime in human history. It's a lot like buying a movie ticket to watch a massive sci-fi blockbuster. You know damn well there are no alien monsters actually invading Earth outside the theater, but you still happily pay for admission. Sit back in that plush velvet seat and let yourself enjoy a thrilling 2-hour adrenaline rush. As long as you keep a cool head, treat it strictly as an entertainment expense, just like buying bubble tea or video games. Once it's gone, consider it spent. Never, ever mistake it for an actual retirement financial strategy. Money doesn't magically appear or vanish out of thin air. It simply transfers from the wallets of the dreamers into the pockets of the organizers. Now, before you sprint out of your house to the nearest convenience store to try and buy a speck of luck, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Subscribing to the channel is completely free, and the statistical chance that you'll get awesome knowledge and a good laugh from us is 100%, which is definitely way higher than your odds of hitting the Mega Millions jackpot.